Hi, everyone, and welcome. Dave Spadaro, Eagles Insider, along with Brian Westbrook, Eagles Hall of Famer, and it's time for us to take our first look at Sunday's opponent, the Tennessee Titans, who host the Eagles, coming off a big win, Tennessee, 9-6 on Sunday over the Jacksonville Jaguars, with a team, Brian, that you look at the roster, the names just don't jump out at you. It's been very much a team concept with head coach Mike Vrabel.
They got a new coach. They're trying to find their identity. They're trying to get a nasty team because Vrabel was a nasty type of player, especially when he was up there in New England. And I think over the course of time, they want to be a running team. But right now they have Derrick Henry as their running back, bigger back. They're using an awful lot of Dion Lewis, and we know Dion Lewis. He was here, scat type of back, but they're giving him the football out of the backfield as far as in the passing game. They're giving him the football in the running game, and they're trying to throw the ball down the field to Rashad Matthews and Corey Davis.
It's interesting. The question is, who's going to be throwing the football on Sunday?
Yes.
So against Jacksonville in a defensive-oriented game, they start Blaine Gabbert. Marcus Mariota is the number 2, the franchise quarterback with an ulnar nerve injury. Gabbert gets knocked out of the game with a concussion. In comes Mariota and beats Jacksonville, not as much with his arm, but as much with his legs.
Yeah, I'll just start here. If your franchise quarterback is hurt, then he should not be the number 2 quarterback, because if the number 1 guy gets injured, then your franchise guy has to actually play. That's exactly what happened in Jacksonville yesterday with Tennessee. You talk about Blaine Gabbert, not a very good quarterback, but Marcus Mariota comes in with the ulnar nerve. That means he can't hold the ball. He can't feel his hands. At that point, he throws the ball for 100 yards. Not a great game, but he ran the ball for 51 yards. And so that's something defensively you have to think about. If you're Jordan Hicks, you're the defensive lineman, you're saying, let's contain Mariota. Let's make him stay in the pocket and throw the football. And then if he escapes, Jordan Hicks, run him down.
Brian, I think it's as important to talk about the atmosphere of a road game as it is to speak specifically about Tennessee. Mm-hmm. The Eagles go in a couple of weeks ago to Tampa, and it promptly fall behind. And it's just hard to come back on the road. How do you start faster? On Sunday, the Eagles scored their first points of the season in the first quarter.
Yeah.
How do you start faster?
Well, I think, and all coaches say this, start fast, finish strong. The key to starting fast is getting good, positive plays early on. And I'm talking about first down, second down, not losing yardage. The worst thing as an offensive player that can happen is you have a first down run, first play of the game, and you lose 2 yards. That means you lose all the momentum, everything that built up to that first play, that first series. And so you have to eliminate the penalties. We had a lot of penalties last week. You also have to be positive yards on first and second down, making it manageable on third down. If you can stay on the field that first series, that makes the game a little bit easier.
Finally, Brian, the quarterbacks. It could be Carson Wentz against Marcus Mariota, and we all remember when Chip Kelly reportedly tried to trade up to the top of the draft to get Mariota.
I'm glad that didn't work
his
out.
Oregon quarterback. Although Mariota's a good quarterback, he just has not really put it all together health-wise and performance-wise.
Yeah, I think Mariota is average in my respect. I think that he's a okay quarterback. He hasn't wowed me with his arm strength. He hasn't wowed me with his playmaking ability. I think they're trying to put some weapons around him. But at this point in his career, he's average. He's a quarterback that defensively we have to try to take advantage of and get some interceptions.
Knowing Vrabel from that New England mindset and the way that they bring pressure, would you expect them to try to pressure Carson with some blitz packages, pressure packages in this game?
Offensively, there's no doubt about it. They're going to play man-to-man on the outside, try to get after the quarterback, see if Carson can move as fluidly in the second week as he did the first week. Make sure that he's able to hit all of his receivers. Right now, our receivers aren't threatening defenses. We have to find a way to threaten the defense to make defense respect us. And if we do that, I think we'll have a good day. But I think Vrabel will bring that pressure, no doubt about it.
The fourth game. That means the end of the first quarter of this 2018 regular season here. To get to 3-1 with Nick Foles starting 2 weeks would be huge for the Eagles.
No doubt about it. You're coming off a Super Bowl, and nobody wants to talk about a Super Bowl hangover. It exists. I think if you can end the first quarter of the season 3-1, that's a huge success for this football team.
On the road again for the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday in Nashville against the Tennessee Titans. That's our first look at the Titans. For Brian Westbrook, I'm Dave Spadaro. Thanks for joining us on First Look.